Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we will be going over my Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I haven't shown my deck off in a while, and there's been big changes. It's now, I would like to say it's more consistent, and it's got more of a strategy that's, it's more of a popular strategy, but, I mean, that's up to opinion, and so let's get right into it. So, starting off here, we'll start with the monsters. We have Twin Head Behemoth. This card is just in here because I like it, and it's a pretty strong card, right? It's limited, but I mean, I just think it's a cool card. It's one of my first cards I got, so I put it in the deck. But starting off here with the first actual card that is part of the strategy, Spirit Reaper here. It has the ability of not being destroyed, but we're really using it here in this deck for its hand assault tactic of it when it does damage to the opponent, they discard a card. So that's what we're using it here for, right? For some aggro hand destruction, right? We got Chaos Sorcerer and Black Luster Soldier like every deck runs nowadays. We have Matazaya the Zapper. This card here is here just because it can attack twice, so it does 2600 damage if there's an open field. And then it's also good against like Scapegoat, or if there's just lots of guys in the field. Right? If you're attacking some face-down guys, you can clear them off or take some damage, right? But if they're flip monsters, right, you can kill them. So he's handy, and he's a cool card, right? He's all shiny. And then we have Magician of Faith. So Magician of Faith, right, recursion of spell cards, and also it's a light, and that's kind of why I'm using it here, is because there's not that many good lights. And there's not a lot of cards, the lights that I have. And so you use Magician of Faith as a light, and it's very popular. And then we have another one. Once again, I got another one recently. So this is a new edition of me getting it. And so, once again, another light, great. Take advantage of that, of more of your spells. And then we have Sangan here. This, searches out your cards that you need. Very good card, just, every deck runs a Sangan. And I have Mystic Tomato. Mystic Tomato here is honestly, it's a great card, but it's actually a card I'm removing because my deck is literally all dark and light cards, and so I don't really need to search anything. But it's here because you can search, and there's a couple cards you can get off. You can get Sangan, you can Matazaya, so he's fine, and he's all shiny. All right, the shiny cards are better. And then we got Mask of Darkness. We got 2 Masks of Darkness. Because I'm running a big trap lineup, and these allow me to, reuse them. Some powerful traps, you can reuse them. And with Breaker's very good. High attack stat, destroys spells and traps. Versatile card, dark. Just kind of an all cool art, great card. And then we have Dekoichi, once again, shiny card, draws cards. So this is it's a flip effect. I have Tsukuyomi. Yeah, Tsukuyomi's in the deck too, so we can use it multiple times. 1400, it's a fine stat line, and so you can kind of get some use out of him. And then Tsukuyomi, right? Oh, we've got tons of flip effect monsters in this deck. Honestly, I think I only have one Tsukuyomi. Getting another one might be pretty good, but I only have one, and you can get more use out of those flip effects. And then we have Kaiku. So this is back to our kind of hand attack. We want to directly attack, destroy all my opponent's monsters, and just get in there to limit my opponent's options. And Kaiku's great at that, high attack stat, and banishes monsters in the graveyard, so they're not going to be able to get their Luster Soldiers and their Chaos Sorcerers, and so we can delay that and stop them. And then we've got 2 Blade Knights just for the lights, for the light targets for our Black Luster Soldiers, and because they're just powerful guys. They deny flip effects, which is an effect that, hopefully I'll be taking advantage of, just so then my opponent's not getting an extra value, right? And then we have Jinzo here. So Jinzo, this card is a, late addition to this deck, just because, I didn't really think I needed him, but then I kind of noticed, hey, I traps are good, and they're good against the deck. I have a lot of monster destruction, but not too much back row. And so Jinjo's pretty good, and, halts my opponent, which is good. And then we've got Reflect Bounder, once again, just a powerful light. So those are monsters. Now let's move on to the spell cards. So these are the cards. Remember, we've got those 2 Magician of Faith plus that Tsukuyomi. So we're going to be able to use the spell cards multiple times a turn, or multiple times a game. So starting off, we have Lightning Vortex, discard a card. It's Raigeki. It's a great card. And then we've got Book of Moon. Once again, we can reuse those full effects. So we're gonna, be able to get back our Lightning Vortexes. So we're just, my opponent's not gonna have any monsters. And then we've got Giant Trunade. I did have 2 Giant Trunades in this deck, but that was because I was running a lot of continuous spells that had, equalizing downsides. But, I got rid of all those cards because I kind of changed strategies, and so I only need really 1 in this deck. So we've got the 1, then we've got Mystical Space Typhoon, once again shiny, destroys a spell trap. I've only got a couple back row removal, so this is one of them, and it's pretty good. And then we've got Pot of Greed. This is a card I've been wanting. If your deck's not running Pot of Greed, it's a worse deck. We can, get multiple uses out of this just because we got the Magician of Faith. So we're going to be drawing tons of cards. And then we've got Hammer Shot. Destroy a monster. Just decent removal. Premature Barrel, bring back a guy. Great. Swords of Ring Light, stall out my opponents, right? Which, this is better in the deck when it had more of a slower strategy, but this is still great, keeps us a bit safer. So it's a good card. Then you got Mage Power. So Mage Power here is added here because we want, Spirit Reaper doesn't have high attack. Kaiku does have high attack, but, he does have 2,000, right? He doesn't have more than 2,000, so maybe they have a high defender. And we want that Mage Power just to get over there and do damage, or, Mage Power is just a decent card. We're going to have lots of back row, so we're going to do tons of damage. So that's why Mage Power is here. And now we will go to our traps. So we got a lot of traps. So starting off, we have Mirror Force, destroy monsters when they're attacking. Great card. Torrential Tribute, destroy all monsters when a monster is summoned. Right? Once again, just destroy monsters. Solemn Judgment, negate a spell, a trap. So we're going to be able to destroy, or we're going to, be able to protect our guys from their destructive effects with our Solemn Judgment. And I've got 2 of these in my deck. So Robin Goblin, right? The hand destruction, right? The direct attack reward, the reward for direct attacks. And then if they destroy it, we have the recursion with the Mask of Darkness, so we can reliably get it back. We might not reliably draw it, but that's fine. We got a lot of draw power in this deck, I'd say. And then we've got Bottomless Trap Hole. So Bottomless Trap Hole, right, controls the opponent's monsters, right? They only have 1. They have no monsters on the field. They play a card. I can Bottomless, boom. They don't have a monster anymore, right? We can direct attack again, right? Keep that flow going. And then we have Needle Stealing. Once again, just destruction, right? This deck's got a lot of destruction, but the thing with this is that it's face up, so we can put all of our monsters face down. Somehow. I didn't really think of that all the way through. But Needle Stealing is a good card, right? We can destroy all their monsters, and we can kind of, once again, just kind of keep the ball rolling, and good. It's a great card. Magic Cylinder delays an attack, right? They attack a monster, right? Be a big guy. We can reflect it. We can protect it, right? Versatile card, I'd say. And then we got another Solemn Judgment. Call of the Hunted. Recur back our powerful monsters. And then we have Time Seal, which denies an opponent a draw. And with the recursion, we can do that multiple times, so they will have less cards in their hand, plus we're discounting the cards. I wouldn't say this is a dedicated hand destruction deck just because it's kind of unreliable, but it's pretty good. And even if you're just doing it once, if we get them on the ropes, this definitely helps get them dead. Get them to the death. And then we've got Dust Tornado, once again, just back row removal. Got very few to back row removal in this deck. This is one of them. And then we've got Reckless Greed. So Reckless Greed here draw 2 cards, but we can recur it with our Mask of Darkness. So if we have a Mask of Darkness, or we draw a Mask of Darkness with this, we can bring it back and bring it back. And then this also, you can kind of play some shenanigans with when you're activating it, because if they face down, they go to destroy it, you can flip face up, get the effect still, and they just waste their cards. So you can kind of get the card advantage of it, so you can kind of use it as like a fake trap almost, where you can use that. Once I said it's a great card, and you can kind of use it in a versatile way. So that's the deck. Hopefully, right? I'm going to the tournament this weekend. And I mean, I don't know if in the next video I'll say how I did, but I have high hopes for it. I think this deck is a lot more consistent than my other ones. I did remove the warrior core, so there's not like the reinforcements of the army with the warrior. But I hope I didn't need to, because I think already I didn't really need it. And with this, I can kind of put more of a focus. I think my traps and my spells are more the focus in this deck. And I think that's good, right? I got, powerful winning monsters. So I think it's pretty good, right? I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.